Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Hanny.
Welcome to part 1 of this month's Stories and Fables lesson. The title of this month's story is The Legend of Banping Mountain. A quick note before we get started. In this case, a legend is a story.
Right. Sometimes a legend is a hero or someone who has done something great. Sometimes a legend is an important person who is remembered long after he or she is dead for having done something good.
Yup, that's true in many situations, but not today. Again, for our purposes, a legend is a story, a myth-like story. Legends, and we're talking about stories here, might even contain legends, heroes, people like that. But let's keep things simple for now. It sounds to me as though something happened a long time ago at this mountain, okay? Or so the story goes.
Very funny, but you're right. The events of this story probably didn't actually take place. But hey, that doesn't mean that this legend won't make for a good story.
Yep. Okay. The title of this month's story is The Legend of Banping Mountain. Shall we begin reading?
Good idea. First, though, we need to go over today's vocabulary. Then we'll start reading from The Legend of Banping Mountain.
Ooh.
好，今天要来读高雄半屏山的传说。这个故事啊，是发生在高雄一个山脚下的小村落。有一天，村里来了一位卖包子的老摊商，他卖的包子1个10分钱，2个20分钱，3个却不用钱。怎么有这么好康的事呢？我们来看今天用到的4个单字。第一个 exist 表示存在，它是动词。例如 Do you think that aliens exist?Do you think that aliens exist? 你认为外星人存在吗？第二个单字 base 在课文里面是当名词来表达底部、底层。例如 The lamp has a wooden base. The lamp has a wooden base. 那个台灯的底座是木质的。第三个单字 vendor 是指小贩摊商，它是个名词，像是 Street vendors are a common sight in this city.Street vendors are a common sight in this city. 在这个城市里面，路边摊是很常见的景象。第4个单字 cent 它表示1分钱，是个名词。我们可以说 The watch isn't worth a cent. The watch isn't worth a cent. 这只表不值1分钱，也就是说它1文不值。好，那么现在看完单字例句，我们来读故事吧。
There was once a small village in Kaohsiung. It existed at the base of a mountain. One day, an old dumpling vendor came to the village. He called out,
"Hot and delicious dumplings, 1 for 10 cents, 2 for 20 cents, and 3 for free."
When one villager asked if it was a trick, the vendor answered,
"I never tell lies."
Explanation 1.
Welcome back to our Stories and Fables lesson. Remember, the title of this month's story is The Legend of Banping Mountain. Banping Mountain. No way. Ban like half
right.
A mountain.
Half a mountain.
How cool is that?
Right, 好，我们这个月要读的故事叫做 The Legend of Banping Mountain 半屏山的传说。其中这个 legend 它可以指传说、传奇故事，那这个字也可以用来指传奇人物。Jeff 老师提到说，传说是类似神话的故事，那么 myth 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 就可以指神话哦。Okay, let's get started. There was once a small village in Kaohsiung.That's how the story begins. By the way, a village is like a small town or a tiny city. Not many people live in a village.
True. Okay, now, we know what a village is. Here's a question, though. Where is this village exactly?
That's what we learn next. The village, existed at the base of a mountain. So this village is in Kaohsiung, in front of and at the bottom of a mountain.
Right. You could also say that this village was at the foot of this mountain. Anyway, let's move on with our story. The next sentence says, one day, an old dumpling vendor came to the village. A dumpling vendor is a person who sells dumplings. That's really all there is to it.
Yep, this dumpling vendor came to the village. He started to sell his dumplings. Did he do this quietly? No way! He told everyone who could hear him what he was selling.
He called out, "Hot and delicious dumplings," which makes total sense if you were trying to sell your dumplings. Hey, what do you think about this, Teacher Daphne?
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 call out， 意思是大声叫喊。call 是及物动词，意思是呼喊。out 是副词，意思是大声、放声。我们来看个例句。Molly called out, "Is there anybody there?" Molly 大声叫喊，有人在吗？
Thank you, Teacher Daphne. Okay, if I were selling dumplings, I would want to make my dumplings sound good. I'd probably say something like, "Hot and delicious dumplings! Hot and delicious dumplings!" I'd call this out so that people would hear me and come running. They'd come running and wanting to buy my dumplings.
Maybe so. And if they were going to buy your dumplings, you'd also have to call out your price.
Oh, right.
You have to tell them how much they cost, how much your dumplings cost, which is what the dumpling vendor did next. He said, 1 for 10 cents, 2 for 20 cents, and 3 for free.
Free?
He really just said that. 3 for free. Why would anyone buy 1 or 2 dumplings when you can get 3 for nothing? Something fishy is going on here. What's the catch? Is the vendor tricking the villagers?
Good questions, Jeff. The villagers are asking themselves the same questions. Then, one of them decided to talk to the vendor directly.
Right. The next sentence says, when one villager asked if it was a trick, the vendor answered, "I never tell lies." Sounds okay to me. Hey, do you have an opinion on this there, Teacher Daphne?
第二则文法是 somebody asks if 加主词加动词，意思是某人询问是否。ask 是及物动词，意思是询问。if 是连接词，意思是是否。后方接名词子句，主词加动词来当受词，用来表示询问的内容。例如 Declan asked if he could excuse himself. Declan 问能不能先离开。第三则文法是 tell a lie， 意思是说谎。tell 是及物动词，意思是说。动词三态是 tell, told, told。lie 是名词，意思是谎话。我们来看个例句 Jeremy told a lie and got away with it. Jeremy 说谎，而且没人发现。
谢谢 Daphne 老师的讲解。故事里面那一位小贩说，他的包子1个10分钱 2个20分钱，3个却不用钱哎。那有一位村民就问说，这是不是骗人的伎俩？因为听起来很可疑啊，感觉有陷阱。我们先补充一下 ，villager 就是在 village 后面加一个 r 就可以变成村民的意思。那么 Jeff 老师刚刚用到 fishy， 在 fish 后面加上 y， 这个字可以用来形容是很可疑的，或者是形容虚假的。好，另外当我们在怀疑对方的动机并不是像表面那么单纯时，常常会说 What's the catch？ 意思就是说是有什么附加条件吗？有什么阴谋？有什么陷阱吗？好，那我们要先休息一下，待会再读课文哦。Okay, it's time for us to take a break.
Correct. But don't go away, you guys. We'll be back soon.
So the villager ordered 3 dumplings. After he finished the third one, the vendor stood there and smiled. Soon, other villagers copied the first villager's actions.
Explanation 2.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are reading from part 1 of a story called The Legend of Banping Mountain. Before the break, we read about a village in Kaohsiung.
Right, it's located at the base of a mountain.
Village and mountain. Everything was so easy and clear until a dumpling vendor showed up. This was no ordinary dumpling vendor. He sold hot and delicious dumplings like many dumpling vendors do. But his prices were strange. He sold 1 dumpling for 10 cents, 2 dumplings for 20 cents, and 3 dumplings for free.
His prices made no sense. Why buy 1 or 2 dumplings when 3 are free? It just sounded too good to be true. When asked about his prices, though, the vendor said that he did not tell lies.
He's a good guy, apparently. He doesn't want to trick anyone. So, the villagers started to buy his free dumplings. First, the villager who'd asked if the vendor was tricking the villagers ordered 3 dumplings.
Yep, and this villager then began to eat. He ate the first dumpling, then the second, then the third.
Right. Then, after the villager finished the third one, the vendor just stood there and smiled. He's a nice guy. And it appears that the dumplings are okay.
Indeed. So soon, the other villagers copied the first villager's actions. It was all-you-can-eat dumpling night in that village.
Very funny. Anyway, everyone, today's lesson is now finished, and it's break time. But don't go away. Parts 2 and 3 of The Legend of Banping Mountain are coming up soon.
休息一下，马上回来哦。
The Legend of Banping Mountain. There was once a small village in Kaohsiung. It existed at the base of a mountain. One day, an old dumpling vendor came to the village. He called out,
Hot and delicious dumplings, 1 for 10 cents, 2 for 20 cents, and 3 for free.
When one villager asked if it was a trick, the vendor answered,
I never tell lies.
So the villager ordered 3 dumplings. After he finished the third one, the vendor stood there and smiled. Soon, other villagers copied the first villager's actions.
Share and Cultural and Creative is a pleasant cafe in Sanxia Baida community. It's a nice, friendly place where you can enjoy yourself. Inside, There is a painted tree with thank you notes from customers. Each cup of coffee is fresh and tastes great. Besides coffee, it also offers popular teas and desserts from a nearby famous bakery. There is always something interesting going on. Customers can take many different kinds of classes. They can learn computer skills, how to make soap, or play an instrument. Sometimes, there is even live music. This place will please not only your stomach, but also your heart and mind.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟时间里面，我们要复习4个单字，还会找4个例句。同学们，您都准备好了没？1分钟计时，开始。第一个单字呢，它是当动词来表达存在。存在要怎么说呢？叫做 exist。Some people believe that ghosts exist。有些人认为鬼、灵魂这个幽灵是存在的，你觉得呢？好，第二个单字呢，它可以当名词来表达底部、底层。这字也可以当那个棒球的那个垒包的意思，它叫做 base。They camped at the base of the mountain。他们在山的底部、底层露营，那就是在山脚下露营啦。好，第三个单字呢，它是来表达摊贩、小贩、摊商，这字叫做 vendor。I bought the phone case from a street vendor。这个手机壳啊，我是跟一个路边小摊贩买的。好，第四个单字呢，它是表达1分钱，它叫做 cent。The total is $4.45。总金额是4元45分钱。好，太好啦，我们轻轻松松就在1分钟之内复习完4个单字哦。同学表现很棒哎，那记得要多多复习，多多造句练习，才不容易忘记哦。我们下次见，拜拜。
See you next time.